Good evening, happy Friday to everybody. Welcome to the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel. This is Michael, and this is the Friday evening live stream. We're heading up to Kansas City this evening, KMCI from Atlanta, and we are Delta 2908,
just call me
Boeing 737-800. Crew is just getting out to the aircraft. We've been doing some of our pre-flight. Already have our clearance. Everything's set up in the FMC.
This is American 1314. We were holding short Foxtrot over here at Golf.
So, hope everybody's having a great Friday.
Should be on the south side over there for 27 right.
We got GSX running and...
Okay. I can move to 27 right if you need me to.
We got GSX running right now.
Make it 1314, runway 26 left, taxi via Echo, and just verify your first FMS waypoint.
Taxi via Echo, and my first waypoint, I'll give you 1 second, American 1314.
Thank you.
Right now the crew's arrived. We got our catering.
My first waypoint is
getting done right now. Fuel's already been loaded. Just waiting for the passengers. On my Atlanta scenery, we do not have, or I don't have the movable jetways, so it's going to be air stairs for right now. So I'm going to step out of the cockpit for just a quick second. I need to go grab a big
Delta 420's
full glass of water for the flight.
Ready to taxi.
And I'll be right back with you, so stand by.
27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima, Charlie, Delta 420.
Hello, Ground Delta 392. What runway can we expect today?
392 should be in your PDC over there. You can click on the link. American 1314, Tower 19-1.
Over to tower. Thank you. Good day.
Delta 25, Atlanta ground, squawk mode Charlie, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima, Charlie.
And we are back, and the passenger boarding process has started.
Well, please. Delta 420, contact tower 119.1. Delta 420, contact tower 119.1.
19-1.
So I hope everybody has had a really good week.
Delta 25, check your assigned squawk code as well. It should be, let's see,
It's been a
please.
very balmy, humid week here in the Atlanta area once again. And a little bit of news for everybody watching the live stream. We are now flying on FSX Steam Edition.
You should make a left turn now to join Mike Mike 2 to runway 27 right via Mike, Lima Charlie.
And I spent most of the week getting that configured, getting GSX set up, getting all my add-ons and
November
everything.
8234 Bravo. Do you have control at Covington?
No, sir. That is uncontrolled airport, and it's not Atlanta.
34 Bravo.
And catering is all done. So catering trucks will be heading out, and hopefully the baggage will be on its way here shortly as the passengers continue to load.
Okay, that'll 25. You got everything figured out? If you keep going straight, that'll be taxiway Lima. Keep going down until you get Lima Charlie. Make
So
that
today's
right
flight's
turn.
taking
Lima
us
Charlie, short
to
of 27
Kansas
right.
City, KMCI, and we are flying the Cutton 2 RNAV departure. And then we'll be heading out to the
Delta
west
356 is at
and
spot 35 ready for taxi.
At 356 Atlanta ground, runway
coming in on the
27 right,
Mahomes
taxi Lima, Lima
2
Charlie, give way to the
RNAV arrival,
Airbus
and
passing right
should
to
be 19
Lima
left.
Charlie, give way.
They're landing
Delta
south today in
356.
Kansas City, so should be we're taking the RNAV Zulu 19 left approach into Kansas City, and we should be departing off of 26 left.
Double 25. I can't
here
just have
in
you stop on the
Atlanta.
taxiway. Just keep moving for me, please, and check your squawk code. I need you to squawk 5211, please.
So we're going to go ahead and get some more stuff set up here in the cockpit. We already got our pre-departure clearance, so we're cleared to KMCI via the Cutton 2 HANKO. Departure going up to 10,000 feet. Expect 30,000 10 minutes after. And got our departure frequency. We're squawking 7142. Go ahead and get that set up.
Passenger's bus is coming.
And squawk ident. And I see the baggage is on the way. And we're cleared up to 10,000.
Ground Delta 1614 ready for taxi.
Said that was 1614?
Correct, 1614.
That was 1614 Atlanta ground runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie, and give way to the second Airbus passing right to left on Lima.
Lima Lima Charlie, 27 right, and give way to the Airbus right to left. Delta was 1614.
Delta 25, I still don't show you squawking right code. Please squawk 5211.
Alright, so our FMS, we've already got that set up. So Snuffy will be our first waypoint on the departure.
863 at spot 3 south. Information Victor, ready for taxi.
Delta 863 Atlanta ground runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie, hold short of ramp 5.
Lima, Lima Charlie, hold short ramp 5. That's 863.
Get our checklist out and ready.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you?
I like the audio cues in GSX.
I'm doing good.
Delta 25, do this for me. Just keep taxiing all the way down to Lima Alpha. So Lima, Lima Alpha, you'll have to figure out your squawk code before you take off. So Delta 25, taxi all the way down to Lima, Lima Alpha, hold short of 27 right.
Atlanta, good afternoon. United 2634, 1 south with X-ray.
2634 Atlanta ground, very good evening to you. Runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
Can we get Lima Bravo 27 right via Lima for United 2634?
2634.
So we are
Lima,
at
Bravo,
ramp 1
Lima,
over here at
Lima
1
Bravo,
north, so it's going to be a long taxi up Foxtrot. Everything is
From that
departing to the
1614,
west,
you can
so
go ahead
it's
and
going to be
follow that
26
Airbus
left
in front of
for departure this afternoon.
In front of me, Delta 6014.
That 863, continue taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie, give way to the company bus coming out of 5.
Give way to the company bus out of ramp 5, Delta 863.
Delta 392, we're ready to taxi.
Delta 392, Atlanta ground, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie, give way to the United 320, passing right to left.
Lima, Lima Charlie, give way to the United, right to left, Delta 392.
Underground, how you doing? Alaska 458. We are at 5 November with
Almost
Victor.
done boarding. Got 144 passengers on this flight.
27 right, but that's no problem just for now. Taxi
And we're got 132 boarded. Just a few more to go, and we'll be
Delta,
buttoning up the
26
doors
right,
and
26 left. Alaska 458.
getting started for our departure. This is Delta 2908, and we are a Boeing 737-800 in regular Delta
25,
colors
go ahead and
today.
keep going all the way down on Lima Alpha, hold short 27 right, contact tower 119.1. And I'll try to get that squawk code figured out for you.
And it looks like all the luggage is boarded. We're going to
Alaska
go ahead
458,
and
continue
close
taxi
up.
26 left via Foxtrot.
26 left via Foxtrot, Alaska 458.
At a 356, contact tower 119.1.
All right.
Delta 356, contact tower 119.1.
Over
Close
the tower,
our
Delta 356 here.
main door.
So you have Delta 1614,
Close
monitor
the cargo
tower
doors.
119.1.
Monitor tower 119.1, Delta
So we're all buttoned up.
Delta 863, monitor tower 119.1.
And we go ahead and
that
start
for Delta
our
863?
Delta 863,
pre-start
monitor
checklist.
tower 119.1.
Monitor tower 119.1, Delta 863.
Okay, pre-start checklist. Parking brake set. Throttle is at idle. Landing gear checked down. Flaps up. Spoilers retracted. Fuel quantity is checked. Fuel pumps are off. Battery master switch is on. APU is already started, and APU generator is on. No panel lights required. No smoking. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. Pitot heat is off. Wing engine anti-ice off. Hydraulic pumps
Delta
are
392, monitor
on.
tower 119.1.
And
Monitor tower
beacon
119.1,
lights
Delta
are
392.
on. Pre-start checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and get ready for pushback and engine start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Atlanta ground Delta 4862 with Victor at 1 Sierra, ready for taxi.
Got a 4862, Atlanta ground, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
Okay, 27 right, Lima Lima Charlie, Delta 4862.
All right, pushback tug is connecting.
Locking gear.
Let's see, we want the nose to the, oh, can't remember which orientation it is. I believe it's usually this orientation, so we want the tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
And parking brakes released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
And we'll start as soon as we're pushed back. And mode Charlie, since we're on the go. Went the wrong way. Crapo. That's okay. I'll turn us back around before we head out. So I'm kind of new to GSX, so I'm still learning the ropes. So, okay, I just need to remember as we're facing from tail to nose view, that'll be the orientation.
Atlanta ground, this is American 71, ready to taxi to runway 27 right.
American 71, Atlanta ground, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
Please set parking brakes. Lima, Charlie.
Parking brake is set.
Confirmation for a good engine start.
Got a 4862, contact tower 19-1, good night.
Over the tower for Delta 4016, you know.
And do that later. Hey, how's it going, Robert? All right, engine startup checklist. Parking brake is set. Thrust levers are idle. Engine area is clear. Start switches are ground ignition both. Fuel pumps are on. Go ahead and start engine 2, then engine number 1. Starting engine number 2. Rob, how are you doing tonight, sir? Reset the sound settings real quick. And starting engine number 1. I know. GSX, I've only had it just literally for just a little over a week, but I'm really, really enjoying it, so. All right, good engine start on both. And let's go ahead and tell GSX we got a good engine start.
Good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
And before taxi checklist, nav lights on, taxi lights on, PTOT heat, flight directors on, transponders on mode C. We'll do our flight control check in just a second.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Setting flaps for 5.
Right is clear.
Heading indicator set, radio avionics are set, autopilot is off for right now. Flight director is on before taxi checklist is complete. Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times already while I've been testing GSX. And
US Air,
it's just really...
268 Atlanta, ground. I have a reroute for you here. Advise ready to copy.
Just seems to be one of those things where I haven't had the toolbar show up either, but, you know. All right, flight control check.
And US Air 268 cleared to the Charlotte Airport via the Atlanta 1 departure. Radar vectors East 1, direct Athens, Alpha Hotel November, direct Greenwood, Golf Romeo Delta, direct Charlotte VOR, direct. Maintain 10,000. Expect flight level
real quick here before I start moving.
10 minutes after departure. Departure 133.47, squawk 5162.
And Atlanta ground, I'm sorry, are those going to be RDOT waypoints?
Negative. The first one is just the Vector 2. Everything else are VORs. If you need me to reread it, I can do that for you. American 71, contact tower 119.1, cadet.
Contact tower 119.1. Thank you, American 71.
Yep.
All right, now we're lined up correctly like we should have been in the first place. See, it's a big learning curve here for me, all this new fancy stuff that I've never had before. All right, we're all set to call.
268, do you need me to reroute, to reread the clearance?
I love it. It was a real pain in the ass to set up, though, but once I got everything all figured out, it's been really easy. All right, gonna go ahead and make the call to ground. Atlanta ground, good evening. Delta 2908, ramp 1, ready to taxi.
Delta 2908, Atlanta ground, 26 left via Foxtrot.
26 left via Foxtrot, Delta 2908. And taxi checklist, parking brake off. And we're on the move. So, since you weren't here when I started the live stream, I am now on FSX Steam.
Aircraft, our ground will be back shortly.
And I am really loving the performance that I'm getting out of Steam Edition. As opposed to the boxed FSX. It's things look a lot smoother. My frame rates are literally 100 or better once I'm in the air, but I just topped them at like 80 or something like that, just for shits, grins, and giggles. Gotta check my spoilers. Go ahead and check those. So before takeoff checklist, flight instruments are checked. Instruments are checked.
2908 monitor tower 119.1.
1910 for the tower, Delta 2908. See you, Tim.
See ya.
Tim Mack manning the ground controls today. Takeoff data is already set. PTOT heat is on. Auto throttle is armed. Some lightning off there in the distance. The late afternoon thunderstorms that Atlanta is renowned for. Need to play around with the sound again. I could just barely hear the engines. So hopefully everybody's had a really good week. Weather has been...
Atlanta Tower, on after Snuffy, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, DAL2908, RNAV to Snuffy. And got our takeoff clearance already from the tower. I guess Tim switched over.
United 1215, Atlanta ground, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot, verify first FMS waypoint. Yeah, 1215, just verify your first FMS waypoint. Yeah, 1215, what is the first waypoint that shows up in your FMS? Roger, thank you. Central aircraft departure ATIS information, Zulu and current Atlanta altimeter 3011.
3011.
That at 1215, monitor my frequency 1100.1.
Landing lights on, taxi lights off, strobes on. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Go ahead and get into position here. Departure is 3347.
Tower Spring 263, visual 26 right.
Spring C63, Atlanta Tower, runway 26 right, clear to land. The wind 080 at 5.
Alright, 26 right, clear to land, Spring 263.
Alright, get departure set. And we are on the roll.
Central aircraft, Atlanta wind now 080 at 5.
80 knots, check. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. And making the turn to Snuffy. Flaps coming up.
Got a 2908, contact departure. Good night.
Over to departure, 3347, Delta 2908. See ya. Go ahead and engage LNAV. Atlanta departure, good evening, Delta 2908, passing through 3700 for 10,000 feet.
Delta 2908, Atlanta departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
14,000, Delta 2908.
Number 547, Papa, advice approach request.
5471 Papa will just cancel IFR here. Thanks for the help.
Number 547, Papa, IFR cancellation received, radar service, terminated, squawk, VFR, frequency stereo approved, remain outside the Atlanta class Bravo.
Rain outside Bravo, maintain the VFR, squawk VFR, free exchange approved, 5471 Papa.
Climate checklist, autopilot on, altitude is set, speed is set, heading is on, landing lights will come off above 10,000 feet. Maintain 250 knots until 10,000. LNAV is on. We'll engage VNAV once we get cleared up to 30,000. Climb out checklist is complete. Almost forgot to turn my ACARs on. Go ahead and accelerate up to 280 knots for the climb out.
American 1812, Atlanta approach, 927 left, maintain 310 knots.
I'm sorry, you got garbled there. Can you repeat?
American 1812, Atlanta approach, 927 left, maintain 310 knots.
Okay, maintain 310 for 27 left, American 1812.
So I spent most of the week installing some terrain mesh, fooling around with that, getting GSX and all my other add-ons added onto Steam. Excuse me there.
Delta 2908, contact Atlanta Center 121.35.
2135 for center, Delta 2908. See ya.
Southwest 3056, maintain 210 knots.
210
knots, Southwest 3056.
Atlanta Center, good evening. Delta 2908 with you passing through 10,000 for 14,000.
Delta 2908, Atlanta Center, climb maintain, level 230.
Up to 230, Delta 2908.
Atlanta, good evening again. Papa, Golf Tango Echo with you, level 240.
Papa, Golf Tango Echo, cross Aussie at 12,000. 250 knots,
230 set.
3011.
Confirm the fix for Golf Uniform Unit to Harry.
That's Aussie. Oscar, Zulu, India. Aussie.
Roger, Aussie 250 and 12,000 feet for Golf Tango Echo, thank you.
Center, good evening. Sirius Jet 5465 Romeo, VFR 4,500, climbing 11,500.
Alright, 2 check it in there. November 5465 Romeo, Atlanta Center, hello. The Birmingham altimeter 3010.
United 47 X-ray is back with you.
47 X-ray, thanks. Cross Aussie at 12,000, 250 knots, altimeter 3011.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what was the altitude?
Cross Aussie at 12,000 and 250 knots.
Aussie at 12,000, 47 X-ray on 250.
November 5465 Romeo, just want to make sure you got it. Birmingham altimeter 3010.
3010, 65 Romeo.
Thanks. American 1314 traffic at your 1 o'clock and 15 miles opposite direction, multiple 230s an Airbus. United 249, I think you called also. Turn right, heading 240, runway 18 center, clear for takeoff. Heading 240, 240.
And above 10,000 feet, landing lights off. Increase our rate of climb a little bit.
Atlanta Center, Southwest 1199, 6 miles southwest of Frodo at flight level 390.
Papa Golf Tango Echo, contact approach 133.47. Have a good day.
So to tinker around with some of the config files in the aircraft because some of them are like set to be so underpowered compared
Southwest
to what their
1199, 4
performance
miles southwest of
actually
Frodo at
is.
390.
American 800, you should be with ground on 121.9.
Like just for the 737-800, the FSX config, the aircraft config file has the thrust nearly 5,000 pounds of thrust less than what the actual engine type is for the aircraft. So to go in and fine tune that among things. And also played with what's called the thrust scaler, which is the amount of basically the amount of acceleration
And
you
last
get
center
when
United
advancing
249
the
down to
throttles.
2,900, 240.
Need to go back in and kind of fine tune that again. It's normally set for 1.
American 800, yeah,
But I
go
have
to
it
ground
set for
121.9.
1.3. I think I might just set it for 1.1.
And United 1215, Atlanta climb, maintain 230.
And we're above 18,000 feet.
So the altitude
Barometer
again for
set to
249?
standard.
230.23, United 249, and resume normal speed.
Alright, climb maintain level 320 for United 249.
230.23.
Cruise checklist. Altimeter standard. Autopilot checked.
23,
Radios are
United
checked.
249,
Lights
230.
as required.
230,
Instruments
sorry
and
about that,
fuel
United
quantity
249.
is checked.
United
Cruise checklist is
1215, climb and
complete.
maintain level 230.
I'm defective at 230, 91215.
And I think somebody else called. Who was that? Delta 2908, connect Atlanta 13297.
3297, Delta 2908.
United 249, direct JoJo.
Direct Church F, United 249.
I understand. So I was just going for it.
All right, here, if you'd like, you're clear direct Dobbins. It's Delta Bravo November.
Clear Delta Bravo November, Frontier Flight 589.
Atlanta Center, good evening. Delta 2908, passing through 21,500 for flight level 230.
Delta 2908, Atlanta Center, climb maintain level 300.
Up to 300, Delta 2908.
Ryanair 4226, contact Atlanta
Yeah,
Center
we'll go ahead and engage the VNAV.
121.35, 2135, good day.
121.35 for Ryanair 4226, thanks.
American 71, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain level 240.
Send to flight level 240, American 71.
And we're all set. So yeah, this is Delta 2908, service to Kansas City, Missouri, from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, flying the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-832.
JetBlue 1255 Atlanta Center.
Hi, wifey. How are you? Wifey has joined the chat. So just a short flight today up to Kansas City. Estimating about 1 hour, 30 minutes from wheels up. And just up to flight level 300 today.
And Delta 863, if I keep you at 350, you guys can be a formation flight. You want to stay at 37 or 33?
33 is just fine for Delta 863.
Delta 863, maintain level 330.
Right, over to
330,
3.
I vote for the formation flight.
It's not as fun when there are two Airbuses. If it's like an F-16 or something, it's better.
Maybe 737.
Yeah, maybe. Delta 1719, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain level 240.
Down to flight level 240, pilot's discretion, Delta 1719.
Atlanta Center, Southwest 827. I haven't gotten a contact me yet. I don't know who to contact, but I'm in your airspace.
South 827, I'm trying to help you out. Where are you?
Stand by, Southwest 837. We're going to try and get that for you.
All right.
Atlanta Center,
837 or 827?
230.
United 1215, Atlanta, climb maintain level 270.
Maintain flight level 270, United 1215.
So this is our first official live stream flight in FSX Steam.
121.35. American 71 minutes.
And Southwest 827, 85
And leveling out at flight level 300.
Southwest 827, squawk 1053.
1053, Southwest 827.
Southwest 827, Atlanta, correction, you're ready to contact 15 miles southwest of Colliers, flight level 340.
Atlanta Center, good evening. United 249, 17,100 for 230.
United 249, Atlanta Center, climb maintain flight level 380.
Climb maintain 380 for United 249.
So now that we are at cruise,
Delta 1719, contact Atlanta Center, 121.35, good day.
Go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign
2908,
off.
leaving the airspace, Memphis Center's closed, frequency change approved, safe flight.
APU's off, APU generators off.
Delta 2908, leaving the airspace, frequency change approved, good day.
Over to Unicom, Delta 2908, see ya.
See ya, Delta 420, you're also leaving the airspace, Washington's closed, free change approved, we'll see ya.
Echo Unicom, Delta 420, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, over to Unicom, 22.80. Kind of pushed us off frequency kind of early, so I guess there's a mini event or something going on. I don't know. There's a lot of traffic kind of in and out of Atlanta's airspace, so I'm glad I got out when I did. So let's go ahead and, while we're here, go ahead and have a look at our approach chart. And let's see, 19 left from Roland on track 324 degrees to Clark's, then 324 to Jazzen, then 11 degrees to Biker, 7,210 knots, then an 11 degree track. Expect radar vectors to final approach course for the RNAV GPS or ILS 19 left approach. So we have a couple of altitude restrictions. So we've got Mahomes at 12,000 feet. So we'll go ahead and set that up. So slash 12,000 for Mahomes. Roland is going to be 7,000 feet. Clerks, Jazzen, Biker is 210 and 7,000 feet. That will do it for now. And then we'll pull up the RNAV. And it's going to be 210 and 6,000 at Tusk G. 5,000 at Airman. And do not see an altitude until Jazzy, which is 2,700. Probably need to be at about 180 knots. Here. All right, looks like we've got the FMS programmed for the approach. So hopefully should be smooth sailing up to Kansas City tonight. So if you're looking in the top left-hand or top right-hand corner of the screen, you've got you can see our July subscriber goal. Trying to get to 250 subscribers by the end of July, and today is the 28th. So we need 8 more subscribers in the next couple of days. And then we'll probably bump the August subscriber goal to 275 and just start from there. But we're currently at 242 subscribers. I'm appreciative of every single one of them. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support on the channel, all the wonderful comments that I get on the live stream chats. It is much appreciated. While we're sitting here with none of that. I want to play with the sound again because I'm just... There we go. One of the things that I forgot to configure once I got everything up on FSX Steam is just kind of my sound setting. I do like to hear the engines. When we're flying, so... So unless Memphis or Kansas City Center comes online, we will likely not have ATC for the rest of the flight. But because I see Memphis approach is online, so that kind of leads me to believe that Memphis Center might hop online at some point. But we don't know yet. So that's just an unconfirmed rumor at this time. We'll see what happens. So I made the decision pretty early in the week to go ahead and try out FSX Steam Edition, and I find that it runs smoother and I get much better frame rates and performance out of it than I did out of the boxed FSX version. So I have completely deleted the boxed FSX version off of this computer. So if anybody's looking for a copy of FSX boxed, reach out to me on the YouTube channel. I'm happy to give it away to you if you want it. If not, I'll just add it to my little museum that I have set up in the man cave / studio where I am broadcasting from. So another thing that happened is I had 2 monitors go out on me. One of them on the flight simulator rig itself. The other one was hooked up to my old flight sim computer that I actually live stream from, and both of them went out, and they're just little 21-inch monitors. So I have 2 brand new 24s, and I went ahead and put them on the flight simulator and took the one working 21-inch monitor and moved it over to the streaming computer. So I have to set up and kind of look over the top of the left-hand 24-inch monitor to make sure that the live stream is working okay. And other than that, it's been a pretty uneventful week. Just dealing with the crazy heat all the other wackiness has been going on. Oh, we had a water main break in our subdivision 2 days ago. And I gotta tell you, I live in the metro Atlanta area. I live east of the city of Atlanta in a little town called Snellville, Georgia. And that's in Gwinnett County. And I gotta tell you, the shout out to the Gwinnett County Water Department. If, God forbid, any of them should be happen to be a subscriber or might watch this video in the future, but I got to shout out to them for how quickly they fixed a major water main break in our subdivision. And it was bad. The wifey and I had to go, okay, so here's the funny story. So shout out to Micro Center. That's where I get all of my computer hardware, software, etc. So the 2 monitors went out over this past weekend, and on Tuesday, we went ahead and went out to Micro Center, picked up the 2 new 24-inch monitors, got home, got them hooked up. One of them didn't power on, so we had to go all the way back to Micro Center and swap it out for a working one. And I had them take it out of the box and hook it up and turn it on to make sure it was working before I walked back out, because it's about a half-hour drive, and with gases at $3.59 a gallon down here in Atlanta, gas is a precious commodity. So while I was upstairs tinkering around with things, the wife hollered up and said, did you hear something something's going on with the water? And went into the upstairs bathroom here in our apartment, and it's like, oh wow, we don't have any water. So called Gwinnett County Water, and they said, oh yeah, you've got a water main break. And nothing to be concerned about. So we loaded up the broken monitor back in our SUV, hopped on the road, and it's like, well, let's go see where this water main break is. Didn't realize it was in our actual subdivision. And Memphis Center has just come online. And it literally was in our subdivision, and the water main break happened right next to where our mailboxes are, and there was water shooting out of the air. It was just crazy. And I gotta hand it to him. It only took about 3 hours to get everything fixed. So, all right, over to Memphis Center. Memphis Center, good evening. Delta 2908 with you. Flight level 300.
Delta 2908, Memphis Center, ident.
Sending a flash, Delta 2908.
Delta 2908, radar contact 27 miles to the northeast of the Tupelo VOR at flight level 300. Welcome.
Yeah. Good evening.
Memphis Center, Southwest 385.
So we got back over to Micro Center.
Hamilton VOR flight level 350.
Water was literally pouring all down the street, down to the main road.
Squawk 1 to 4,
our subdivision's kind of elevated from the main road that goes by, and water was just pouring. It was several inches thick as we were going down the little hill to get to the main road. And by the time we got back from Micro Center, it was dry as a bone, but they hadn't finished repairs yet. And about 9:30, 10 o'clock, water service was back. After I went over to Walmart and bought several gallons of water just in case, because I was sitting here thinking, okay, a water main break this bad, it's going to take them some time to fix it. So let's see, I want to check on, let's see, Delta 25. He was having so many problems on the ground in Atlanta. I wonder if he just disconnected and gave up. It sounded like he was really, really new to VATSIM, so yeah, it doesn't look like he stayed. Doesn't look like he stayed logged in. I don't see him on the flight map on VATSpy. And I hate it. I tried to help him out in vPilot. He was getting his clearance from Atlanta ground and didn't know to look in the vPilot client at the little message boxes. Different little tabs pop up. So if ground or tower or one of those contact you, you'll get a message that pops up in your thing, and he apparently couldn't find it. So I typed to him, kind of look at the upper part of the message box, and you'll see a box from Atlanta ground, and that's where you're getting your pre-departure clearance. And then I guess he got really confused on the taxi and stuff like that. So I felt really bad for the guy.
Southwest 385, contact at Atlanta Center 128.72.
And I don't think he had voice set up either, because he was only communicating through
almost
the chat box. So.
Hi, Dan. Bombers 404.
Memphis Center, this is United 1948 with you at 16,000, descending via the Paisley for arrival.
Walker 1948, Memphis Center, roger, radar contact at last stated position, squawk 5623. Bahamas 464, radar contact 18 miles to the southwest of the Walnut Ridge VOR at flight level 380. Welcome.
5623 for United 1948.
And 1848, descend via the Paisley for arrival. Nashville is landing south, Nashville altimeter 3007.
Descend via Paisley for arrival, United 1948.
Walker 3182. Walker 3182, Memphis Center, welcome.
So I wonder what airline that is, Walker, because there's several. So there's Walker 3182, just south of Birmingham, and then there's a Walker 3525 that's just out of Memphis Center. Let's see, aircraft, let's look that up. Aircraft call signs.
And 1948, you can expect runway 20 left and 80 mission Oscar's current.
20 left for arrival, Oscar is current. Have Oscar.
Walker Air Transport, which goes by Whiskey Alpha Tango, and then whatever the identity number is. So Walker Air Transport.
Memphis Center crew check 456, ready to pick up all of our planes.
Ah, okay. Walker Air Transport is a virtual cargo flight. It's a virtual air transportation and logistics company based in Jacksonville.
Roger. Looking at your flight plan, looks like your call sign is just Kilo X-ray Kilo. If you want to go by career check 456, if you want the 456, you're going to have to actually put in your call sign.
Okay, my apologies about that.
I would love to find...
So you just want to be called career check, or are you going to reconnect with the call sign?
If you don't mind calling me career check, I'll be okay with that.
I would love to get a hold of their
career check,
livery.
you are cleared to the Kilo Sierra Romeo Charlie Airport via as soon as entering controlled airspace direct.
So it accurately
3000, expect
represents
4010 minutes after departure. Departure with me, squawk 4306, hold for release.
Memphis Center, American 2023, is that flight level 350?
There's the fleet.
13 Kilo Sierra Romeo Charlie. Upon entering control airspace, go direct. Climb maintain 3000, expect 4000 once you're...
I'd love to see where you get the
133.605.
repaints, because they fly
American 2023,
generally from what I can see.
Crazy file. And career check readback is correct. Let me know when you're number one for the airport.
Full buys, career check 456.
So this one's a 700. This one is a 738. I see a lot of 738s.
Bahamas 464, radar contact loss.
Flying for Walker. I'd love to get the... I'll have to go on AvSim or FlightSim.com and see if I could get a hold of the AI for that.
Memphis Center, American 2023. I just followed a flight.
Because it just reads as a generic aircraft whenever if one happens to be in the area.
23, Roger, squawk
that'll show up down here if there's any air traffic. But Walker Air Transport generally shows up just as a generic. I'd love to have an AI representation for them, because I see them literally all the time flying. So, alright, well, at least I know who they are.
American 2023, radar contact. 28 miles to the northwest of the Bowling Green VOR at final 350. Just have a question. Looking at your flight plan, where are you currently going?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
American 2023, Roger, you're currently going the opposite direction. What is the waypoint that you are currently going to?
Skylar, SKYLA.
Yeah, just crossing over
American
Memphis,
I'm going to have
the city of
a
Memphis.
reroute for you. Let me know when you're ready to copy.
Might need to copy for effectors or reroute.
American 2023, you're cleared to Charlotte Douglas International Airport via present position direct to Taza at Tango Alpha Zulu Zulu Alpha for the Flips 3 arrival.
So you just want me to maintain 350.
American 2023. American 2023, turn left, heading a 180.
Turning left, heading 180, American 2023.
American 2023, you are cleared to the Charlotte Douglas International Airport via present position direct to TAZA Tango Alpha Zulu Zulu Alpha for the Flips 3 arrival.
Clear direct to Taza via the Flips 3 arrival to Charlotte Douglas Airport, American 2023.
American 2023, readback is correct.
Yeah, looks like we picked up our 243rd subscriber. Welcome aboard. If you're watching the live stream tonight, hello.
1984, descend and maintain at 3,000, fly heading 260.
260 and 3000 for United 1948.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Actually, go ahead and get out of that completely. Didn't even realize that was still up. A few other adjustments I need to make for the cockpit view. So zoom out at 0.80 zoom. It's supposed to be a more natural look out of the cockpit when using the 2D cockpit, and then down 4.8% down, so I should be able to see over the nose and see the horizon out ahead of me if we had this set right. So just little things to fix here and there as we get Steam Edition all configured.
Off to your 1 to 2, correction, 11 to 10 o'clock in about 15 miles apart when you have a sight.
So August is
That's a firm.
coming
I do
up
have the field in
very
sight.
quickly.
1948.
And 1948, roger, clear visual approach, runway 20 left, wind 230 at 6, runway 20 left, clear to land.
20 left, clear to land, United 1948.
Pretty soon fall will be upon us with some cooler weather, and I'll be able to go back out and do some plane spotting because I have not been doing that with the heat index in the high 90s and low hundreds. That has just been absolutely insane.
Let me know when you're going to TAZA.
Going to where?
Let me know when you're eventually turning to go direct to TAZA.
Done.
So August, we will be on vacation.
Then spell out that waypoint.
During the third week in August, be our annual family trip down to Florida for a week.
Zulu Alpha.
So I'll be thinking about y'all while we're out on the beach, enjoying life.
577-340.
United 577, Memphis Center, squawk 6766.
So I'll try to get some,
6766,
get as many
577.
live streams in as possible for you all before we go on vacation. So once again, if you're just joining the live stream, hello, good evening, happy Friday, happy Friday. This is Michael, this is the Sky's Limit Aviation Channel, and we are DAL2908, service from Atlanta to Kansas City.
Not up by 240 Zulu, report no later than then. Let me know when you're up.
Flying the Boeing 737-800 for Delta Airlines. Been a pretty uneventful flight so far. Had a nice departure out of Atlanta ahead of some storms that were rolling in, and we're currently just to the northwest of Memphis. So we're in Memphis Center's airspace. Kansas City is closed. And looks like we're the only VATSIM flight going into Kansas City. So we're probably likely not going to get any air traffic control. For Kansas City Center.
American 2023, just to get you in the right direction, turn left heading of 100.
Turn left to 100, American 202.
And here's a view of the VATSPY map for all the centers that are online currently. So we got Seattle Center, LA Center, Mexico, there's Monterey, and Houston, Jacksonville, Memphis, Atlanta. This is part of New York's airspace. And of course Cleveland Center, which just is never online whenever I'm flying up into Detroit. And Cleveland Center just happens to be online, and they have been online the last several times.
Contact Houston Center 134.42 and verify.
Go figure.
Memphis Center, Kerchak 456 with the 1,300 pursuing direct.
Kerchak, Memphis Center, verify squawking mode Charlie and verify squawking 4306.
And we'll probably get booted off of Memphis Center here pretty soon. We're getting close to...
Repeat that again for Kerchak 456.
Kerchak, squawk mode Charlie and ident.
Getting pretty close to the border of Memphis and Kansas City Center here.
I should say 577 present separate for about 20 minutes.
Unit 577, radar contact, 15 miles to the north.
Yeah, we flying the Mahomes 2 RNAV arrival.
340. Welcome, and it looks like your cruising altitude had you at file 320. Are you wanting to stay up 340?
Oh yeah, we said stuck up to 340 if that's fine with you.
Yeah, 577, roger, and you let me know when you're back.
Roger that, 577.
Almost 464, Kansas City Center is offline. Reserve starting anything to approve your flight.
We're using chain to approve. See ya.
So we have our FMS already set up for the approach.
Just to verify, the squawk code is 4363, correct?
still have a
Clear
little
check,
ways to go
confirm.
before
The
we
problem
start
I
down
have
about
right now is you're not
100
Squawky Mode Charlie. Look at your pilot client and make sure that that's also saying that you're in
nautical
Squawky Mode
miles
Charlie.
or so
Currently, I
out
cannot see you.
from our top of descent.
Career check, radar contact. 3 miles to the west of the Marvel VOR at 2,400. Welcome. Climb, maintain 4,000.
I maintain 4,000. Career check 456.
United 1948, welcome to Nashville. Taxi to the terminal via Hotel Juliet Tango 6.
Hotel Juliet Tango 6, United 1948.
In American 2023, are you Trick Taz now?
Let me go that's it again.
American 2023, are you Trick Taz now?
Yes.
I gotta hop on Streamlabs and find out why my little subscriber goal thing does not
American
update.
2023, Roger.
Because we have 243 subscribers, because we literally just picked one up in the last 10-15 minutes. But I'm only showing $242.
Clear check last contact. You need to check your pilot client. There's going to be a point there because when you're identing, I can see you, but as soon as you stop identing, I cannot see you. So you either on your game you need to check to see your Squawky Mode Charlie, and then also in your pilot client make sure that Squawky Mode Charlie is set.
And the YouTube channel is updating and shows 243, but I can't get the
Clear check, radar contact.
the Streamlabs thing to update, which is weird, but that's okay. Hello again to my lovely, beautiful wifey who is joining the chat. Downstairs watching scary Lifetime movies. Yes, I do watch a couple of Lifetime movies once in a blue moon. If it's really, really interesting, I'll watch. Some of them are actually written pretty good. The rest of them are just cheesy as all get out and very predictable. Very predictable, just like the Hallmark Christmas movies, which all have the same plot.
Memphis Center, American 2023, where I'd like to separate 10 to 20 minutes.
So this is a typical Hallmark Christmas movie plot. So, younger single, male or female executive working in big city goes back to small hometown.
American 2023,
gets
radar contact loss. I actually currently
talked into
actually, never mind, I just got you. American 2023
working
contact
a
Atlanta Center
Christmas
132.97
or holiday festival.
Going to 132.975, American 2023.
Or working in the family or friend's business, which is in danger of going out of business because they're going to get bought out by some big city corporate shill.
What center is it? Because there's like two different Atlanta centers.
132.97.
And then young male or female
132.97. American 202.
falls in love with their opposite whoever,
Memphis Center, good afternoon.
and then everything gets worked out. They save the day, and then they have a wonderful Christmas. Wifey says, "Yes, I love it."
Memphis Center, Nashville altimeter 3007 descended via the Swift 2.
I have to hand it to
landing south.
Wifey. She has made me appreciate Christmas and the holidays much more because I've always been a humbug type of person. She calls me her Grinch.
Correction, Swift. Sorry, not Swish.
But over the years, I've been getting better. I'm less Grinchy.
Southwest 267, you can expect runway 20 left, ATIS information.
And even though the Hallmark Christmas movies can be kind of cheesy at times, some of them do have some halfway decent plots that go against the normal generic plot line that you usually see in all those movies. And I'll watch one or two Christmas movies with the wife. Yeah, you'll have to tell me about that when after the live stream is over with. Wifey just said that she's watching a crazy Lifetime movie. Yes, Christmas in July was not exactly popular this year. Wifey didn't watch a whole heck of a lot of Christmas in July movies,
weather
but
at Sarsi and what arrival you like, or what approach you like into Sarsi.
Blue Vice, Clear Check 456.
yeah, we're about 100 nautical miles from our top of descent. It's been a very smooth ride so far up to Kansas City. Yeah, the wife said that they were all reruns. I wonder if that's because there's just not a lot of creativity anymore when they write these. You can only go so many ways with the same generic plot device that is in all of these Christmas and holiday movies.
Aircraft on frequency, ATIS information. Papa is now current at Nashville altimeter 3007.
Yeah, we're just about out of Memphis's airspace. We expect to get kicked back over to Unicom here in just a few minutes. Wifey says the new Christmas movies are coming in October, which in our household is the start of the holiday season.
Center, Clear Check 456.
So one thing I have noticed about FSX Steam, and I'm running the same weather program that I ran as FSX Boxed, and that is when the weather engine gets ready to change the weather, I don't get that flashing at the very top of the screen anymore like I did on FSX.
We'll expect the RNAV for 1
Or at least I haven't noticed it, so I don't know. Either one or the other. But I do like that I don't see that anymore.
clear check. Proceed direct to Lion, cross line at 4,000.
Proceeding direct to line and cross line at 4,000.
It looks like we're still the only traffic heading into Memphis.
Delta 2908, Kansas City Center is offline. Array of service terminated. 3 inches per regression flight.
Back over to Unicom for Delta 2908. Thanks for the services tonight. Have a great weekend. See ya. And back over to Unicom for us. And about 80 nautical miles out from our top of descent. Setting I do need to change is on my auto throttle toggle. Whenever I input flaps using my SciTech panel, it turns the auto throttle on and off. So I need to delete that key out of the control settings. So I'm compiling a small laundry list of things that I need to tweak, and that's just one of them. And then I also need to go back into my GSX and set up the various gates at airports that I fly in and out of regularly to make sure that the ground services are set up for when I arrive. And I set up Kansas City prior to the live stream. So we got a Southwest flight out flying. The sound just sounds incredibly bad. He's 7,000 feet above us and tracking to the northeast, so he'll be no factor. And just about to cross over Springfield and Branson, Missouri. is off to our left. And there's the Springfield and Branson National Airport, KSGF. I really need to see if I can program a window view that just shows an external spot view of the aircraft, and you can like watch me as I land, kind of similar to how the Airbuses, you can, in the IFEs, you can get those camera views. That show up in there. I would love to do something like that, and then be able to toggle through, because you have your cockpit, you have your external, you have the nearest tower view, and then you've got, on here we have a window view, and then back to the cockpit. But I'd love to be able to just create where I can just pop a window open. I don't know if that's possible. I'll have to, something else to tinker around and explore. Hitting our top of descent in about 30 nautical miles. So, what does everybody have planned for the weekend? Drop me a line in the comments or on the live chat of the live stream. Let me know what you're up to this weekend. As far as us, we are undecided. I might go ahead and do a live stream tomorrow, and it'll just be a flight out of Kansas City to someplace else. Whether it's Atlanta or another airport. I do the compiling for the Delta Airlines schedule on the virtual, or with the virtual airline that I fly with, which is AirSource. And I don't recall if Delta, well, I would imagine that they have to, probably from one hub to another, so it might be like Kansas City to Minneapolis or Kansas City out to someplace else. And I don't want to overload you all with these super long live streams. I would like to keep them at, you know, maybe 2.5 hours tops. Having a live stream from LAX all the way to Atlanta is a bit much. And I know a lot of you all are not going to just sit on YouTube for 5 hours and watch nothing. I noticed that a lot of you all come online usually during the very beginning of the flight and then hop on for the descent and the approach and arrival into whatever airport I happen to be flying into. So I guess there is a event going on in Atlanta. They have 50 departures and 19 arrivals. Atlanta Center has 2 controllers, including with approach, tower, and ATIS. Tim looks like he transitioned over to tower. He was my ground controller when I went out earlier, so. All right, starting our descent. We're gonna go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign back on this time, get our passengers seated. And go ahead and do our top of descent checklist. And we need to go ahead and check our weather. KMCI. Not what I put in there. Kansas City. Altimeter 29089er. Winds are 19007, 10 miles. Visibility clear. Dew point 24. Altimeter 29089er. 95 degrees, 35 Celsius. Winds from the south, and sky is clear below 12,000. So we have our ATIS and weather information. And we have our altimeter 29008. 2989. Radios and nav are checked. Altimeters checked. Fuel quantity checked. Anti-iced and descent speed as required. Top of descent checklist is complete. We're out of 22,000 for 12. Go ahead and punch our altimeter in 2989 right now while we're still fresh in our heads. To see if there is a localizer frequency. ATIS is 128.375. Let's see what the 109.55. So 109.55. Go ahead and get that set in the nav. Down below 18,000, so altimeter is set, checked, 2989er. Couple little puffy clouds out there. All right, approach checklist, seatbelt sign on, no smoking signs are on. Go ahead and start the APU. APU generator on, avionics and radios are set. Speed is at our discretion. Landing lights on below 10,000. Spoilers are armed. Flaps as needed on the approach, and approach checklist is complete. And our gate assignment in Kansas City is Bravo 34. I need to go on the GSX forums because there's a lot of users who have like already configured a lot of airports for the ground service equipment and stuff like that, and I need to learn how to download those and hop them into the GSX client. And we're below 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. Start slowing our speed up here. And leveling out at 7,000. And we'll stay at 7,000 for the time being until, I guess, Tusk G. Tango Uniform Sierra Kilo Golf, and then it's mandatory 210 knots. We'll stay at 250 for the time being. Go ahead and drop in 1 notch of flaps. St. Louis is our alternate should the weather turn bad between now and when we land, though that's not anticipated. As soon as we hit Biker, I'm going to turn, or actually when we make the turn from Jason or Jason to Biker, I'm going to turn the LNAV off. But leave the VNAV on for the approach. And then we'll just turn for final at that point. Navigraph back up. Kansas City Airport is just to the north of Kansas City itself. And making the turn to Jason. Actually making the turn to Biker. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the LNAV. And put us on a 012 heading. Stay abeam of the airport. Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please. There's the Kansas City Airport off to our left, about our 7 or 8 o'clock. So once we make the turn to Tuskegee or Tuskegee or whatever that waypoint is, we'll go ahead and reduce speed to 210 knots, start down to 6,000 feet. ahead and turn off the VNav. And reduce speed to 210 knots. New altimeter 290883. Another notch of flaps. And we're going to go ahead and turn LNAV and VNAV back on for just a quick second. And we have captured the localizer. And starting down to 5,000 feet. Still about 10, 15 miles out from the airport. Flaps 5. And gears coming down. And we are on the glide slope. Landing checklist. Landing gear down. Flaps are set. Landing speed is established. Autopilot and auto throttle as required. Landing checklist complete. And we are established. Slightly above the glide slope. Kansas City traffic, Delta 2908, short final, runway 19 left, Kansas City traffic. Flaps full. Autopilot coming off.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Slightly below the glide slope. Throttles to idle. And we're on the ground. Thrust reversers. And welcome to Kansas City International Airport. Thank you, wifey. Go ahead and taxi off of Delta. And definitely no stuttering on the landing, which is a good thing. Landing lights off, taxi lights on, PTOT de-ice off, strobes off, flaps coming back up, and spoilers are retracted. Landing and taxi to gate checklist is complete. We're heading over to Bravo 34. Let's taxi right here on Delta. G34 should be this gate right here to our left, if I remember configuring it correctly. Usually you're supposed to get a box up. Gate G13. Previous page. B34. No. Ah, there's the gate right there. All right, let's do this real quick. Let's do a UE. Yeah, technically you don't do this at an actual airport. We'll go back and do this again. Into this view. There's our marshaller. Oh, I like this. I don't know if that's exactly spot on or not, but we're going to go ahead and stop there. That's interesting. All right, parking brake is set. And go ahead and shut down engine number 2, engine number 1. And we're going to operate the jetway. Confirm. Go ahead and open up the door. Open up the cargo bins. Jet bridge is attached. And we'll go ahead and request deboarding. And we'll be deboarding through the jetway. And everybody, that is going to do it for tonight's live stream. I appreciate you coming hanging out with me this Friday evening. Appreciate all of our subscribers. And want to thank each and every one of you for supporting the channel, joining me in the live chat, your comments. Don't forget we have a Discord channel. Link to that is in the About page on the YouTube channel. And check out my socials, which is just basically the YouTube channel and my Instagram. And again, thank you so very much for supporting the channel. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. This is Michael with the Sky's the Limit Aviation Channel, wishing you a great rest of your Friday evening and a great weekend. We'll probably see you tomorrow for another live stream. And y'all have a great rest of your night. Take care. See y'all. Bye-bye now.